Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of our Defense Forces, the CS for Interior and Coordination of the National Government, my younger brother, Professor Kithure Kindiki, the PS, Dr. Omolo, regional commissioners, county commissioners, deputy county commissioners, and senior officers from Harambee House, good afternoon. Your Excellency, accompanying you here today gives me a lot of emotional satisfaction because I reported to this college on 16th January 1989 to be inducted as a GA officer and came back 8 years later for advanced public administration course, which is now a diploma course. And by the way, I graduated with a distinction. And this is the home of GAO. They are trained here and very good training. Your Excellency, the way the RC Nakuru has said, this is not just a machine, it's a real machine that is very effective. And Your Excellency, this is your machine. This machine is at the disposal of the head of state and head of government of this great republic. And this is a machine well utilized that will make a president very successful. So officers, I want to encourage you to remain true to your oath and to remain true to your training. Be loyal to the president and serve the people of Kenya well. Your Excellency, let me take this opportunity to really thank these officers for about 4 things. The registration of farmers' exercise in preparation of the fertilizer subsidy program was done by these officers in 2 weeks at a cost of less than 300 million, and a consultant had quoted to the Ministry of Agriculture to do the similar exercise at 12 billion shillings for a period of 4 years. That is how effective this machine is. And I really want to thank all of you for the very good job you did. And the President here and all of us can confirm that farmers in Kenya are all in agreement that out of that registration exercise, the distribution of subsidized fertilizer has been seamless and very, very efficient. Number 2, I also want to thank you for the registration of the Inua Jamii program. That also went very well. Again, I want to thank you for the role the county commissioners and the respective DCCs are playing in coordinating emergency response by bringing the county government, the development partners, and all of us together. And Your Excellency, I want to confirm to you that for the last 2 years, under the leadership of these officers, the distribution of relief food has been most efficient and not a grain of rice has been diverted. We want to thank these officers. I also want to take this opportunity to really thank you from the bottom of my heart for the role you have played in leading the war on drug abuse and eradication of illicit brews. The exercise has been very, very, very successful, and as we travel around the countryside, we are getting testimonies from women, from young people, of the great job that you have done. Our young people who are lost are now clean. They are back to their families. Please keep it up and don't let your guard down. And Your Excellency, these officers have told me when I travel in the countryside that the fight on illicit brews had so many other benefits. It has brought the level of crime down in terms of assault, domestic quarrels, sexual abuse. So it's also in your interest that you keep it going so that crime levels can come down and there is family harmony within your respective jurisdiction. Your Excellency, let me remind these officers, because I think I should, that your respective offices, there is a big board there written in the office of the President, because you are the ear and the eye of the President at the grassroots. You represent the President in his personal and official capacity. So, when government programs are not going on well and you are quiet, you have let the President down. I want to encourage you to take very keen interest in all the government programs going on in your areas of jurisdiction, irrespective of the ministries, because you represent the President. And it is your work to make sure that the projects the President has launched are going on. And if they don't, you have a duty to file a report to that effect on behalf of the President. Don't leave it to the line ministries. Don't leave it to the line state departments. It is your responsibility to make sure that government programs are on course. Again, it is your responsibility to protect the dignity of the person of the President. So when the President has launched a project and the contractors have abandoned site after 1 week, the dignity of the person of the President is put into question. You have a responsibility to make sure that does not happen, and when it happens, you must let your PS or your CS know so that the necessary intervention can be made. And that is why you chair the county, sub-county, regional security and intelligence teams, because this is a civilian government. Nobody will hold your county commander to account for criminal activities in your area. When people look for government, they look at you. They don't look at the police. So it is your duty to make sure that the committee that you chair is functional and efficient. And where there are challenges, you will say to your seniors. Finally, Your Excellency, before I ask you to come and talk to these officers, let me remind them, because it's important, that we were trained here in Embakasi. Those of you who may want to take 1 or 2 to get sleep, please, you know what you need to do. You don't drink within your duty station, because wananchi must never see you staggering, because the government cannot stagger. The government must look standing and smart all the time. I would encourage you, because of the responsibilities you carry, to give up drinking. But if you must, please go and drink in another station where you are not known, so that you never bring the image of government into disrepute. Again, I have seen when there are problems of riots, I have seen officers, when they feel threatened and their lives are in danger, running away, which is okay, because you need to save your life. But you know what you must do? So you know, if you must run away, you must remove your headgear that carries the crown, put it in your pocket and run away, because government cannot run away. That you know. But I've seen some of you have forgotten. Finally, Your Excellency, allow me to temporarily step aside as your principal assistant and be one of these people, because I'm one of them. Your Excellency, the issue that have been raised here by the RC. With the new Constitution 2010, this branch of government was put in a very difficult position because they lack the enforcement capacity. And wananchi are the same people. They see you have authority, but they know that your authority is in enforcement. When this branch of government was backed by the administration police, crime was down. because they dealt with prevention of crime as opposed to dealing with offenders. As Professor Kindiki has rightly put it, Your Excellency, it is urgent that we fast track the recommendation to have a unit backing these officers. And for whatever it is, the same administration police who are trained under these officers are the people to serve in that unit because they understand what needs to be done. If these officers are empowered and they are given that capacity of enforcement, crime will come down, even in budgetary areas and no other areas where we are having a challenge. Again, Your Excellency, our ACCs don't command the requisite respect from members of public because they lack transport. You are in charge of government in a division, and then you get into a matatu with the public. And then you are expected to exercise authority over them. They will not respect you. Much as difficult things are in terms of our physical space, Your Excellency, when things improve, let us kindly consider how to avail transport for our ACCs on the ground so that they can get the necessary and requisite respect from members of public. Again, finally, the training must be done so that all these people now become compliant with the digital space we are in. When we were there, we used to wait for presidential speeches to be flown by helicopter all over the country. Nowadays, we don't have to go to that expense, but we need to train these officers and supply them with computers and tablets so that they can also be compliant and they can be able to help the people that they lead. So, Your Excellency, this is a good team. It's a team that once motivated and well equipped, it will help you with the management of the affairs of this country. And this is a team for the president. All of us others support the president, but this is your team, Your Excellency. And the way the RC has said, once they are told, go through that war, they just go through it. And that is why when they were given wrong instructions, they really harassed us. So what we must do ourselves, Professor Kindiki, is just give them the right instructions. And I think since we came to office, people are happy with these people. Even governors now are happy because you don't harass them, because we give you the right instructions. This is a good team, and Your Excellency, if we support this team, it will help you in the management of the affairs of this country. So with those very many remarks, let me request the President to come and talk to you. Up.